Hello Gemini, this is your 2021 tarot reading. I will be pulling tarot cards to explain specific parts of the upcoming year, like one card for your career, one card for love, etc., etc. So please remember this is a general reading. I won't be able to reach everybody, but I will try my best to get the messages out to everybody. So if something does not resonate with you, please move ahead, move along. But if whatever does resonate with you, please take that. So Gemini, this is your card from my zodiac deck. And we do have one oracle card, which is my Buddha card that I read. Basically, they just generally tell you what you need to focus on, what you need to be mindful of this upcoming year, and the steps to help achieve that. They give you something to do, an action, and then a reflection piece. So we'll do that at the very end of the reading. So normally I start off with these readings looking back in this past year, because it generally starts, every year is connected basically, and you need to remember that your past so you don't repeat the past. So I'm going to look up what 2020 was like for you guys. Alright, for 2020, Gemini, you got the 5 of Swords. Wow, you guys went through a lot last year. Okay, a lot of fighting, moving on from toxic people. You may have won something, but it really wasn't worth it to win. Let's see. Now, this has nothing to do with the actual meaning of 5 of Swords, but what I'm getting with the 5 of Swords just right off the bat is, since there's a lot of water, I feel like you guys tried moving outside the country. For a lot of you, I'm getting Korea or schooling. You tried leaving for school, like you tried doing an exchange program, or what's the program? And you don't exchange a student, but you do go to a different country for like a semester. I'm blanking out on the name. It's 5 a.m. when I'm recording this, so I am completely blanking out on the term. But I feel like you guys tried doing that and it just did not work out at all. And then I'm getting this with the 5 of Swords. It's just this past year involved a lot of fighting either yourself or other people. And yes, you won, but like, you didn't win without hurting other people, definitely. I'm getting situation to situation. I think, I don't know why this is coming up, but with some of you guys that were trying to move out of the country, you kind of just said like F all to the people that were near you that you thought you would never see again, and then quarantine hit and COVID hit, and then you still had to see them, and so it's kind of like you kind of burned a couple bridges. That's a message I'm hearing. Let's move on to pull a couple cards for your career and your financial. Oh, okay. Okay, so for career and financial, we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. That is really good. Okay, so with the King of Cups, what I'm getting is you manifesting to create something new, to feel appreciated. This could be from you thought you were leaving, and oh my god, okay, so you were planning on moving, you were planning on leaving, okay, and so then you just stopped kind of caring about the things around you because you weren't being appreciated. And so when you couldn't leave and COVID did strike, you got really annoyed that, like, I was leaving, I was going to move on to something better, but now I'm still here because you guys don't appreciate me. You don't appreciate the work that I put in, and it's frustrating. But I feel this upcoming year that your work will start to mean something. People will look up to you and ask you for help. I'm getting because of that past tension of you thinking you're gonna leave and then you end up not leaving. What I'm getting is just keeping calm, letting the storm pass, because I feel like you're still on like your boss's list. Like, oh, she stopped caring, he stopped caring. When she thought he was going to leave, when they were going to leave, and they took that as a reason, like, oh, we're just not going to work, or we're not going to give it 100%, or we're just not going to care about our bosses. So I'm kind of getting this warning of stay down low, be careful kind of thing, and that a lot of things will be manifesting for you. You have the power to manifest and you have the power of change, but it may take some time. And from what I can tell from the water in the background, it's very calm water, very soothing. So no giant waves are coming soon. So you need to be patient about manifesting what you want, because then you have the Queen of Pentacles for money, which is really great, which is, I mean, if you get most Pentacle cards, or if you get like the King or Queen of Pentacles for like money reading, that instantly means just better abundance, a flow of money. I think with taking your time and being patient and manifesting what you want and staying down low, you'll slowly start to increase your income and increase your abundance. And there may be a point where you are fully stable and set with your money this upcoming year, where then you might actually just make the choice just to leave altogether and just like put in your 2 weeks and you're like, bye, I'm done. Moving on. Don't need it. So let's move on and let's see what else I can pick up. Let's move for love and family and friends. Alrighty, for love, we got the Ten of Wands, and then for family, we got the World card. Alright. Can we see all that? There we go. Okay, so for love, I feel like Geminis, for some of you, because of what happened last year and things got off track, you'll just be too busy or too focused, at least at first, on just work. 2020 really drained a lot of people's money and financial and just everything and all their resources. And so you're going to be working on gathering all your resources back so you don't have to feel that low, because I can tell some of you guys definitely came out at the bottom from last year. Just COVID really wrecked your life and you didn't really have a solid foundation, and it's just kind of shattered. And so this upcoming year, for the most part, you're going to be really focusing on creating that stability and creating what you want and taking the time. I think you'll just be too busy for work. But if you do want a relationship, what I recommend is, taking a break. It's okay to relax. It's okay to take a break. And, you want to create the abundance that you want. You want to become the Queen of Pentacles for money-wise. You want to feel stable. You don't want to constantly worry about money. But, that takes time. Queen of Pentacles, she has 2 bulls on her chair, which is Taurus. It's very slow moving. It's earth signs, very slow. You gotta be patient. You can't rush it. And with the Ten of Wands, I can tell that you're trying to rush it. He's carrying all these sticks, and I think there's a tiny town in the distance. And he's just trying to do it by himself, and that's not okay. And then with the World, I'm getting that tied in with the Ten of Wands, asking for friends and family. I'm getting this message of moving back home. Some of you need to either stay at home and save up, or if you have the option to move back home, I recommend you take it. Sometimes, it's rent free, and sometimes it's just it might be a little lower rent. Like I still, I've been paying off student loans and stuff like that. Yeah, I just recommend staying home because like I still stay at home just because it's really expensive, especially where I live, and there's no point of leaving. And so I do pay a small amount of rent to live at home because, I do have a job and I do eat my parents' food, and it's to like kind of give back. But my rent is considerably a lot cheaper than most places, and so I'm definitely getting a lot of working hard. But it might be worth it to move back home if you have that option, or just if you're already home, stay home. There's no point of leaving. I really don't understand the Western thought of kids when they're 18, they have to leave the house automatically, because I know in a lot of cultures and a lot of countries, the kids don't leave until either they're married or at least they get their own house. But for some reason, there's this stigma in Western culture where it's like, especially for guys, if guys are still at home into their 20s, they think that's really weird. If you're a girl, the double standards, it's better, but they're kind of like, oh, you're still at home? It's like, oh yeah, well, I'm saving up. They're like, but you didn't want to leave the house? Like, no, because I'm trying to save. And especially nowadays, even before COVID, things are getting expensive. Like, it's impossible to move out and be able to prosper. You're living paycheck to paycheck. And so I really don't understand the Western mindset of like, you're 18, you have to leave. When, it makes more sense for those other cultures and, African cultures, South Asian cultures, even Eastern European, where you stay home with your family until you can afford to leave or you get married. That just makes more sense to me. But I'm ranting. Sorry about that, Gemini. It's just, I don't understand. But I think that ties in with the World card, which is supposed to represent your friends and family's upcoming year. I feel like your family's definitely going to try to help you. Achieve what you want, achieve your dreams, and make it come full circle kind of thing. I'm just getting a very good omen from the World card with your family helping you out this upcoming year. But I'm also getting that you may have new friends coming along, new friend group, a new adventure kind of thing. I'm kind of getting the sense that you might not be able to travel abroad for schooling or in general. Not for a while. I don't think we'll be able to travel outside the country until, especially where I live in America. We are on the do not fly list for a lot of countries because we do not have it together. But I feel like once things get put together, I feel like you and your friends are going to try to make a trip. Why am I getting Thailand? Maybe you guys want to go on a trip to somewhere in Southeast Asia, maybe? Don't know why that's coming up, but we got that going. Let us move on to the beginning of the year. So I'm pulling two cards for each section of the year by 4 months increments. So these first two cards are going to represent January and April, and then it'll be May to August and September to December. Okay. Alright, we got the Fool and the Knight of Wands for the beginning of the year. You don't want commitment. But the Fool, you know, he everything that he has is in that tiny little sack, and he's leaving. So I'm taking that as, for some of my people, the singles, for my Geminis, you definitely don't want commitment. You are way too busy, way too stressed. You want to be free, you want to travel, you want to leave the country. You just want to do something completely different. I'm getting this message that some of you guys want to start a blog. I don't know why that's standing out, but I'm getting this, that some of you want to either start a vlog, or I said vlog, but okay, a vlog channel, or just start a blog and start writing about leaving, traveling. Like, that's what you aspire, what you want to do. Or even like, I'm getting like, getting an RV, like renovating an RV and traveling across the country. I know that's becoming popular, but I'm getting that sense. Because that's completely out there. And with the Knight of Wands, that's definitely like a lot of movement. This just, the Knight of Wands and the Fool together, there's a lot of movement. So I feel like you're trying to manifest this, and that you want this to happen. Like, yeah, the Fool's looking up at the sun, like daydreaming, like, this is what I want to achieve. And, you know, with the Knight of Wands, he's ready to go. So I'm getting that, you know, you might not be able to like fully leave, but I think you can start preparing for trips. That's what I'm getting at the beginning of the year for some of you. But if you're not living in America and you do live somewhere else where you're able to leave, I think you'll be able to start leaving and start traveling and start kind of getting like a nomad kind of feeling of, you know, we're traveling in a tiny truck or an RV, or we're backpacking through Europe. And that's definitely what I'm getting. Oh, I just realized I didn't pick up anything for my Geminis in relationships for love. What I'm getting from the Five of Swords mixed in with the Ten of Wands, because of how bad this past year, if you are in a relationship, Gemini, sorry for the random U-turn, you've been kind of ignoring your partner, and it's starting to become a little bit dull, and you're too busy with work, or you just have not been paying enough attention to them. And so I'm getting this message of like, you need to spice things up, try something new, and make sure that you actually work on your relationship. And I get this feeling that a few of you, for the few people that are, for the people that were in relationships, I shouldn't say the few people in relationships, but for some of you who are in relationships, I'm getting for a few of your partners, they're definitely not feeling loved. And I'm getting this message like, you just don't care, because all you care is about your work right now. And like, we get that you're stressed out, but what about us? And so I think you really need to communicate that you do care, you're just busy. And just like, you know, it doesn't hurt to communicate where you're at, you know, just to let them know. Because, you know, people aren't mind readers. They don't know what you're trying to do or accomplish all the time. So I think communicating will definitely help that situation. Okay, we're turning back to the year. So let's do the middle of the year. So this will be May through August, and we got the Four of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, I think you are worried that this will not work out. You want to achieve your financial freedom, and you're working really hard, but you're worried even if you work hard, you won't be able to enjoy your abundance that you've created, enjoy your prosperity that you've created. But I want you to know, with the Seven of Pentacles, it's normal to worry about those kind of things. Like, I'm working hard to get this channel lifted, and I wake up at 5 a.m. to do these readings, and I'll film multiple readings so I can do all this stuff. And I still work my full-time job, but you're working hard, and you might be getting really tired and really dragged down from constantly doing this, from constantly working hard. But if you keep going, results will be made. And so with the Seven of Pentacles, it's normal to worry about if it will work out or not, but it will work out. What you are creating will grow. But just remember to also put some time aside for yourself and give back to yourself a little bit, because you can tell this is like farmer vibes. He's growing this beautiful corn stalk, and he's creating his abundance. He's growing, but he also remembers to put money or something for himself to the side. He also needs to treat himself. So it's okay to be worried about things not working out. You some of the things you want to do is kind of outlandish, not the norm. But it will definitely be worth it in the end. And hard work does require sacrifices, but those sacrifices will pay off. But just remember just not to celebrate too soon. Like, don't quit your job immediately. Like, oh, we had 1 view on our vlog or blog, we need to quit. You're doing this full time. No, there's a saying that my stepdad tells me all the time. He constantly tells me, do you know how King Monkey stays King Monkey? Because he holds on to his original branch before grabbing the other one firmly in his hands, and then he'll let go of the other branch and keep swinging. So he always has a backup. He always has something he's latched onto, so in case the other hand falls, he can still keep going. And that's definitely the sense I'm getting here. So don't just immediately quit, or you're like, oh, we're gonna screw the system, we're going and we're doing this. And it's like, no, let's not do that. End of the year, September to December, we're getting 6 of Wands and 3 of Wands. We're getting movement, we're getting travel out of the country, definitely out of the country. Okay, I think by the end of the year you'll be able to actually leave. Definitely. For some of you guys that do want to leave or move, I'm definitely getting that you'll be able to move by the end of the year. At least by the middle to end of the year, you'll be moving on, you'll be celebrating, you'll be able to live in your abundance, and you'll be able to enjoy and celebrate the freedom and just really enjoy what you have created, and people will recognize you. Normally 6 of Wands is public recognition, fame, celebration. So maybe for the people who do want to start a blog or vlog or whatever you wanted to do, you will start getting traction and public recognition for it. And I think by the end of the year, you'll definitely be able to start traveling. Oh, that's great. There's a lot of movement, and your hard work is finally paying off. That's what I want to see. Okay, your biggest obstacle this year and how to fight it is... Your obstacle is the Ace of Swords, which is a lot of self-doubt. Once again, with I'm getting all the swords with just self-doubt in this reading. You just have a lot of self-doubt. You're worried about the future. You're worried if this is going to be the right thing and this is something you should be doing. But then when you got the fight, you got the Eight of Pentacles, and this is exactly what you need to be doing. This is exactly where you should be. You are fine-tuning your craft. You are creating something new. You are creating what you want, and that will pay off. You have the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles. Heck, you have the Queen of Pentacles, meaning you will create. You are creating your abundance. You are creating what you want, but you're also being careful about it because of last year where you got burned and you got hurt. Because he's like wearing an apron. He's trying to. He has his shirt rolled up. He is trying to be clean. He's trying to be careful. And for a lot of these, they have like their sleeves rolled up. This is just a short sleeve. I think those are also just short sleeves. But besides the point, short sleeves. Trying to clean up. Trying to be careful. Stop being worried. It's going to work out. It's definitely going to work out. You're being careful enough because you know from past experiences in this past year how bad things can get. But you are taking it and you're creating it and you are creating your abundance and you are working hard for it. This is definitely not like a year of love for you guys, but this is definitely a year of creating what you want. And please remember, this is a general reading for either your rising sun or moon. So this could be for one of those three placements. But so far, this is amazing. And then we have one last card for what 2021 represents. And you got the Knight of Cups, which is simply amazing. Creating all that you want in your abundance, in the love that you have. You're working hard. Definitely following your dreams, being creative. Maybe, you're trying something completely different. Maybe with the traveling, the blogging, the RV thing that I keep getting, wanting to move out of the country. That's not a small feat. Moving out of the country is hard. Takes a lot of courage and a lot of heart to do that. For the people that want to go to a different country, maybe teach English, maybe do something in a different completely field, or maybe just explore. That takes a lot of courage. Normally I like to travel like roughly 6 months before Corona. And when I come back and I tell people, because I do solo travel, they're like, oh, I could never do that. It's like, but why? What's stopping you? And like most of the time, the thing that stops you the most is fear. And like, you say you want to see all these things, you say you want to do all these things, but then you actually don't do it. You just stand back and watch, and it's like, why waste your time doing that? You are definitely going to manifest what you want this upcoming year, Gemini. Oh wow, Gemini. And this is simply beautiful. Let us move on to your oracle card for what Buddha wants you to work on this upcoming year. And we got awareness. Awareness is like the sun. When it shines on things, they are transformed. Awareness is the amazing knowingness that comes from the intelligence of the mind, the opening of the heart, and the different sensations within the body. These three major dimensions are simultaneously aware of the different layers of truth, and when in balance can create great contentment and well-being in the body, mind, and spirit. So let me read from the booklet that gives a little bit more in depth of what you need to work on, and then the action and the reflection. And this is number 5. Do we have more 5s? We have the 5 of Swords. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. Number 14. Awareness. Simply acknowledging these different layers of awareness will enable you to access a deeper understanding of reality. As you intuitively drawn or away from certain things, people, or events on each level, you can create a greater contentment and a greater sense of well-being. Be steadfast, and the spiritual path to enlightenment will strive to balance these three qualities. When simultaneously in sync with your truth, your own personal growth will be easy and naturally supported. Your reflection should be, what is your own definition of watching, observing, and being aware? And the action should be, find a quiet place, sit down comfortably with your eyes closed, count how many different types of inner feelings and sensations come alive. So Gemini, may this been for your rising sun or moon. This was your reading for 2021. I hope this helped. I hope some things resonated with you and just helped in some kind of way. And I will see you guys soon.